What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's new episode. Today we're doing something a little bit different. Your boy woke up a little bit under the weather, and if you guys were like me, you guys checked your phone, saw that Dan Hooker is no longer fighting Justin Gaethje at UFC 313, and there has to be a replacement. So we're gonna do Sean Shelby's job for a little bit, and we're actually gonna do a tier list of some matches that we would like to see. There has been no announcement that I know of, so I'm gonna try to get this video out and posted before there is a match made. But it is very unfortunate seeing Dan Hooker have a broken hand. It looks like it was injured during a sparring session, and it was announced on his daughter's kind of YouTube channel that his hand is broken and it's all puffy. And it seemed like Dan Hooker was really looking forward to this matchup. You know, I checked out some of the videos online. Seemed like he was very excited for this fight. He was already mentally prepared. He said he was already prepared to leave on a stretcher. And I think that says a lot about Dan Hooker's mentality. And he would fight with a broken hand. He's that type of guy to fight with a broken hand. But it seems like the commission is not about that. But this does open up the door for more opportunities down the line with matchups. So let's try to get a little tier list going, have some fun with it. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let's get it. We got the tier list here. So if you guys are aware, S tier, the best of the best. A tier, right under it, still good. B tier, still good, fairly good. It's around mid, mid level. C, not good at all. D, we don't want to see that. So we have all the fighters in the lightweight division that I wanted to pull up, some matches that I would like to see. So let's start off with a D tier. Ben Dariush. Now, he recently had a fight set up with Renato Moicano on the ESC 311 card, I believe, and that fight was canceled due to Arman Sarukian injuring his back. His opponent was Renato Moicano. Moicano went up to fight Islam Makhachev, and he had no opponent. He is fresh. So this is an option for the UFC. Now, is this going to, incentivize people to buy more tickets to watch this fight? Probably not. No offense to Ben, but it does seem like it is a downgrade from Dan Hooker. So we'll start off with the D tier and work our way up, and then we'll kind of just we'll sprinkle some in here and there. So with C tier, I'm gonna go with the boy. How do you pronounce this guy's name? I don't even know how to pronounce this guy's name. I'm not gonna lie. Rafael Fiziev. So Rafael Fiziev. Let's check him out right here, man. So he actually fought Justin Gaethje back in 2023 and went to decision after 3 rounds. And he also went against Gamrot. I am actually not even too aware of Rafael Fiziev. I did see that he has fought Justin Gaethje in the past. I think it would be a decent matchup. You know, when you see fighters rematch each other, they kind of have a new game plan when it comes to dealing with that style. Not my favorite matchup, but it does seem like this could be a possibility. Now, I do want to have fun with some of these picks. I threw in Conor McGregor, I threw in Charles Oliveira, and Ilia Topuria. Now, are these likely to happen? No, these are not likely to happen at all. But if something does happen, your boy kind of called it out. So something that I'm gonna put in S tier right here, we're gonna jump all the way to S, is Conor McGregor. Now, Conor McGregor was scheduled to fight Michael Chandler earlier, actually last year, and that fight was canceled due to an injury. Now, can we see Justin Gaethje fight Conor McGregor at a catchweight fight? Maybe. It is going to be tough to straddle that dude at 12 days notice, or how many days is left to, get him into fighting shape. But who knows, man? Nothing is impossible. So I would love to see, some breaking news. Conor McGregor is going to come back for Justin Gaethje, but most likely not going to happen. Also, we'll throw in an S tier is Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira had recently fought against Michael Chandler, and it was a tough fight, and I believe it's probably a tough weight cut for Charles Oliveira. So once again, a great matchup. We love to see Charles Oliveira fight, and they had a great match that ended in a rear naked choke with a win for Oliveira. But like I said, most likely not going to happen. Now, what is most likely going to happen is Renato Moicano. He's not afraid to fight on a short notice, and he seems like he's down, ready to go. He says he could get a couple sparring sessions in and be ready to go. This guy is down. He wants money. He can't afford to lose. And actually, I don't hate this one. I don't hate seeing Justin Gaethje going against a grappler like Renato. They both could do some stand-up, and it doesn't seem like it would be a bad matchup stylistically. Now, we'll go to B tier here. Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler just recently had a fight announced against Paddy Pimblett. They're going to fight later this year. This is also most likely not going to happen, but it is up in the air just because the matchmaking is tough, especially right now, especially when you have an injury happen so close to the fight. You have ticket sales, you have fans you're trying to worry about. You want to make sure you put on a good show for the fans. Michael Chandler, exciting fighter, wild. You never know what he's going to do inside the cage. He's kind of a character, and I feel like he would do a good job if he had a sub in for the boy. Now, got the man Dustin Poirier. Put him in A tier here. He does want to have one more fight before he hangs the gloves up, and it seems like he wants to do that in Louisiana. Now, this fight is in Vegas, so not sure how this is going to play out, but if Dustin Poirier goes against Justin Gaethje, it would also be a very exciting fight to watch. Both of them scrap pretty much to the death, and just similar to Dan Hooker and Justin Gaethje style. Probably not going to happen, but I would love to see Dustin Poirier get a few more in before he hangs the gloves up. And he's a legend, bro. So he could really, if he wants to, he can. Is it going to happen? We'll see. And we have Turner. I'll put this at D tier. He's actually on this same card of UFC 313 in Vegas, but he is in the division. He has back-to-back losses, so it would be a tough fight, to put him against a person of Justin Gaethje's caliber. And it's a tough ask. Plus, he's on the same card. They would have to switch up things around. Another one that we're gonna put for S tier is Arman Tsarukyan. I'm hoping that his back is ready to go. I'm not sure if he's been training or not. I've been seeing him. He's been active on Instagram. So maybe we could get, some things going for Arman Tsarukyan, get him back in the mix, get him in that title contention, title shot for Islam Makhachev. But I do think that would be a great matchup just for Arman to prove himself, to make sure he's not falling behind in the rankings just because he had that back injury that was like a day's notice against Islam. So, we got that. We got Arman Tsarukyan. We have Gamrot. Now, Gamrot, I feel like, is also very likely to happen. He actually had a great fight against Dan Hooker that went to decision, and Dan Hooker ended up winning. But that was an absolute war. I feel like that would be a great matchup for both of them. Either Renato Moicano or Gamrot would probably be the most likely to happen, and these other ones are just thrown up there in the air. So I'd love to see Gamrot fight. He's not the most exciting fighter on paper, but dude could throw down for show. He could throw down, and he's got heart, man. And so for C, we have Mr. Paddy Pimblett. Also, his fight was announced with Michael Chandler later this year. He had a great win against Bobby Green via triangle armbar, and great grappler. So I feel like that would be a little tougher for Justin Gaethje, just because his submission defense does need some work compared to a lot of these other fighters. So not likely gonna happen, but I wouldn't hate to see it. It's not the worst thing that we would see. Now we have Mr. Blessed Express Max Holloway. We'll put it at B tier just because we just saw this fight happen at UFC 300. We saw how that ended. It was a close fight. Max Holloway was dominating most of the fight, and then to the very end, knocked out Justin Gaethje. But we already saw this fight. This fight literally just happened not too long ago, and if this is announced again, it would be good, just to see this fight happen. But it's kind of like we already watched the movie before, and we kind of know how it's going to go. But nothing's guaranteed. And now, last but not least, Ilia Topuria. Now, I'm going to put him at S tier just because he does not and most likely won't accept this fight. But if he does, he is a GOAT no matter what, bro. If he accepts this fight and beats Justin Gaethje and goes to fight Islam, it's hard to beat that resume. At 27 years old, there's not much else you could do. And, he could really get that title shot secured if he does that. But like I said, it's going to be tough. With the weight cut, and just prepping for a fight. 12 days notice is not a lot of time, and you don't want to hear like Topuria having any excuses when it comes to not performing or losing his undefeated status. So with the S tier, most of them are very unlikely to happen. The A tier seems like those are the most like maybe those are going to be announced. Maybe not Dustin Poirier, but I would like to see those. Now, Michael Chandler, Max Holloway, we've seen those already. Paddy Pimblett, Ben Dariush. And I would like to know you guys' thoughts and opinions on this. Who would you guys like to see? Would you even like to see someone else come from another division just to fight at catchweight with Justin Gaethje? He says he's down to fight. He doesn't care. Death before dishonor. So let me know what you guys think down below. Also, we've had some new fights announced. Jose Aldo is going to fight Sahabi. There's some mixed opinions on that. Also, there's some talks of Sean O'Malley fighting Merab for the title. Now, we can make videos on that if you guys would like. I personally would rather have a few different fights happen before that fight occurs. But let me know down below your guys' thoughts and opinions, and who do you have fighting Justin Gaethje. Hopefully, we get some news soon, and then we'll talk about that when that happens. So thank you guys for watching. We out. Peace.